What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more acid-techno, and potentially, I'm willing to bet some acid-dub-techno, because the tune is called Rudie, which, if you didn't know, is a term that is sometimes used to refer to rude boys and rude girls within the reggae world. And yeah, we're listening to the second release on Bitches Witches. Shout out to Tiddles, aka Carmel, as well as all the folks on the release. In this case, and in particular, shout out to Bubbliss, who I recently found out. This is an artist that I've heard of in the last couple years, and I was aware that it was a female artist. So was the dog, apparently. In any case, I have tracks by her on a couple different records. In fact, a few different records. There's one with Nesbit that's like punk acid techno. Very fond of that release. I think I've reacted to at least a couple tracks from it. And yeah, ultimately, I'm very fond of her work. I recently discovered she produces tunes more or less under her own name, which is Tara Nicholson. She produces tunes under Tara N, and they're more in like the hard house, like hard trance kind of vein, which I find very interesting. People will know on this channel I listen to lots of different types of dance music, including like late 90s, early 2000s hard house, as well as a lot of hard trance, both all the way back to the 90s, especially acid trance. But right up into modern times. So I'm big on those genres. We'll have to look into the Tara N material, although a quick cursory glance suggested to me that most of it is digital only. So in any case, I really enjoy her acid techno work under the name Bubbliss. And we're going to listen to a tune, and I don't know if I mentioned, I believe she's from Ireland, along with Nesbit, who I mentioned earlier. So in any case, we're going to listen to her tune Rudie on Bitches Witches 2, which I believe came out late last year, so I think it's like late 2023. Yes, indeed, that's what it says here. Distributed by Triple Vision. Shout out to Yop and the Flat Life Network. In any case, here we go. This is from the Bitches Witches 2 release 2023, Bubbliss and her tune Rudie. Definitely got the old school ska vibes, which is really where the term Rudie is like most relevant. A message to you, Rudie.
not like trying to burn the house down. It's just in a really good skanking sort of place with a bit of a wicked menace in the acid. Again, not overwhelming, but it's got a bit of menace, a bit of mischief. Oh, I love it. A bit chiptune-y. The lights just turned off. Again, the sort of low-key brass. Acid is definitely whipped up to a higher level though. Dub tune, which in recent years is, largely on a Stay Up Forever related label, with an old school like Rootmaster tune. The acid has that kind of snarl of a lot of Rootmaster stuff. Every time I get a new acid dub record, I'm always like, alright, time for a new acid dub mix. Even though I've only added like one track to my collection of that style. Tune. Again, I'm just very fond of that style. It's just sort of a coming together of two different styles of music that I've long been fond of. And yeah, I love that there's more people making it. It felt like for a while the only one really carrying the sound was the Geezer, aka Jaw Scoop, when he makes tracks in that mode. But again, Benji for the last several years has been very much pushing the sound, and we hear Bubbless here, my man Bad Boy Pete, and fair to say, I suppose his tracks, going back to Get Effects, the early days had, you know, they've had a bit of that flavor. Maybe not quite in the same way that like a Jaw Scoop tune does. But yeah, shout out to Bad Boy Pete as well. I'm sure I'm like blanking on at least a couple people, but ultimately it's cool again now that there's, you know, a half dozen or more folks who make tunes in that style. So long may that continue. Hello there. So yeah, literally like the last 10 seconds got cut off of my outro because I ran out of space, but I did notice while I was uploading it. So I will just come back to say shout out to all those involved in this release. Once again, I think it's really fantastic that Carmel has her own label that is sort of focusing on, like, you know, females and ladies in the acid techno and sort of adjacent universes. So yeah, big ups to Tiddles, big ups to everyone involved in this release. Shout out to Bubbless in particular for this track. And Luca, at this point, I am gonna have to get up, so I'm gonna try to like shift in a way that, yeah, you can take the chair, just don't fall off the front. There you go. So let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.